What's going on, Raptor Pack? My name is Captain Rico, and today I'm going to be showing you how to dominate the top lane with Mordekasier, and I'm going to be showing you how to defeat him if you are facing him multiple times in each one of your matches. Mordekasier's first ability is called Darkness Rise. After activating 3 abilities or 3 auto attacks in any order, he generates a ring around himself that damages all enemies and gives him increased movement speed. On top of that, Mordekasier's basic attacks also do bonus magic damage, and this ring stays active until Mordekasier either dies or leaves the combat area. Mordekasier's second ability is called Obliterate. After a 1-second charge, Mordekasier slams his weapon on the highlighted area in front of him. If this attack hits a single target, it will do the full amount of damage. However, if it hits a group of enemies, it will only do a percent. Mordekasier's third ability is called Indestructible. Whenever Mordekasier deals damage or is dealt damage, he will charge his W. You can check it under your HP. At any time, if Mordekasier uses his W, he will absorb 25% of all the energy he has gathered for his shield. And if you cast it a second time, he will use 50% of the shield for his health. Mordekasier's third ability is called Death's Grasp. When used, Mordekasier pulls all enemies towards him. This ability also does 25% magic penetration. If you have to run away, you can also use the ability to throw enemies away from you, giving yourself some distance. Mordekasier's ultimate, the Realm of Death, allows Mordekasier to pull an enemy champion into another plane of existence where he and the champion will battle it out for 7 seconds. An actual 1v1 where nobody else can interfere. After 7 seconds, if Mordekasier kills the enemy target, he will consume their soul and take a percentage of their stats, using them until the enemy champion respawns. One of the best things about Mordekasier is that he has good sustain, meaning that he can stay in combat a lot longer than other champions. Mordekasier is one of the few champions that doesn't require mana, so with that said, he can stay in lane for as long as he wants until he either dies or he gets low on health. Mordekasier is also very good at chasing, and with his AoE passive, he can take down almost any champion that tries to flee. Mordekasier is very hard to tower dive. Unless somebody has a level lead on you, it's going to be very hard for them to just duel you underneath the tower. For items, I always go with Doran's Shield first, and then after you get an understanding of what the enemy champion is capable of, you can build from there for the situation. Some people would argue that building boots first is the best option, but you can always build them later if the situation calls for it. As soon as I figure out who the enemy champion is, I normally build Gnasher's Tooth first, because you want that extra attack speed on top of getting ability power with Mordekasier, because he's very slow. Second thing I go for is Liandra's Torment, because it has a passive ability to cut the cooldown timer for all abilities, and Mordekasier struggles with ability cooldown times. The last item you want to go for in your core set is Crystal Scepter, because it gives off that passive whenever you hit an enemy with an ability, it slows them down, making it even easier to kill them, and if you get them into the Death Realm with the Crystal Scepter, there's not much they can do. If you're looking to be a little bit more tankier with Mordekasier, then I recommend going Dead Man's Plate, because it subtracts 1 from the build-up on your passive. It also gives you increased movement speed while you're outside of combat. You charge your armor up to 100, and then as soon as you hit a target, it stuns them for a couple of seconds, giving you enough time to either send them into your ultimate or drag them in for the killing blow, and they can't get away from you. Hextech Gunblade is another great option for mid to late game, because it gives you the passive ability that every time you hit an enemy champion with your abilities, you gain HP. It also has an active ability that allows you to slow enemy champions, making it even easier to catch them. As for weaknesses, Mordekasier has a few obvious ones. Early game, he can't win many 1v1s or 1v2s, so if the jungler comes out to 1v2 you, you're gonna have to run away. He has very long cooldown times for his abilities, so if you get ganked by anybody, it's gonna put you in a situation where you might not win. He's very big and very slow, so he can get hit by a lot of things, and it's hard for him to dodge most attacks. Mordekasier's combos are very simple and straightforward. The goal to starting off your combos is using your E to drag the enemy champions closer to you, so that way you can engage combat with them. Just keep in mind that the further they are away, the easier it is to dodge your E. You start off with your E followed by your Q, and then auto attack. This is something I see all Mordekaisers do when they want to start a fight. And the bonus to doing this combo is that your passive will automatically activate after doing it. Auto attack plus Q plus E. This combo happens more often in lane than anything else. Another combo on top of that is auto attack plus Q plus auto attack into E. If the enemy champion decides that you're too much and they try to run away, use your E to drag them in for some more passive damage. Early game, your level 1 is strong, but don't be too aggressive, because if a trade doesn't work out in your favor, or if the enemy jungler comes out to gank you, then you're going to be at their mercy and you can't do anything about it. Mid to late game, your team fights are broken. The ability to pull the enemy team's carry into your ultimate and then killing them turns the fight from a 5v5 to a 6v4 because you have their stats on top of your stats. Even if you don't get the kill, taking the enemy team's carry basically tells your team that, hey, we have a chance now. And even if you don't get the kill, just holding the enemy team's carry there for 7 seconds makes all the difference in all team fights. When it comes to using your ultimate, be smart about it. Don't use it on a champion near the enemy's tower, because once you pull them into the death realm, if they're hiding underneath their tower, all they have to do is just stay where they are and you can't get close to them because the enemy turrets still target you in your ultimate. Try to use your ultimate in the middle of the lane or near your tower, and don't just spam your ultimate. If you can't kill the enemy champion yet, then there's no point in bringing them into the void for 7 seconds just to do nothing. Try to wait until they're at mid to low health before bringing them into the death realm. That way you can maximize your ultimate's effect. When it comes to leveling up your abilities, go for your Q, then your E, then your W, and then maxing out your Q, followed by your E, then your W. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you found any of these tips helpful in either playing as Mordekaiser or defeating him, then I hope you drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, I hope you hit that subscribe button. And why not? While you're there, why don't you leave a comment? Tell me what you thought about the video. I always like reading the comments and seeing what people have to say.